Hello everybody, Duckyworth here, and this is time for the next instalment on my series of What the Hell Am I Watching? Yes, this next film that I'll be doing a live reaction to is Raggedy Ann and Andy, a musical adventure, which, as you may have guessed, is going to be yet another insane animated film that I seem to have found myself watching. I have seen it in the past before. It was actually a while ago that I saw this film last, but I do remember it being one of the most insane things that I've ever seen in my life. My friend, Cartoon and Animal Lover, as he's known on a Discord, recommended this film to me, and he considers the film a guilty pleasure because it is very strange, but there are some. I do remember there being some bits that I did find to be interesting about it, and it is an interesting film. It's like even in its production. I've just got the TV tropes page up here. 1977 animated film directed by Richard Williams, who directed like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and The Thief and the Cobbler, based on the doll characters created by Johnny Gruel, probably pronouncing his name wrong there, but I'll just go with it, and best known for being really freaking weird. That is very accurate. The plot is based on the book Raggedy Ann and Andy and the Camel River Wrinkled Knees by Johnny and Marcella Gruel. Currently, Raggedy Ann creators Johnny Gruel's descendants love the film, despite this film not really having a very good critical reception and being a pretty big flop at the box office. And Richard Williams didn't look back at the film itself with much fondness, admitting at a book signing appearance that it was a F up in hindsight, just being safe with my words there. Film was released on a video in the late 1980s and 90s, but copies are rare and it has never seen a DVD or Blu-ray release due to its current owners having no interest in making the investment. It's shown up on the internet here and there, and since it was filmed in Panavision, any festival screenings are forced to work with tortured theatrical prints to present it in the correct aspect ratio. The original negative of the film allegedly disappeared shortly after the film was released, with no clues as to where it could possibly be. Simon and Schuster, who now own the rights, have expressed no interest to invest in hunting it down, meaning that it most likely won't be found. The ITT Corporation, who funded the production, had just helped the CIA to overthrow the president of Guatemala and saw a significant drop in stocks as a result. They decided to invest in a piece of major entertainment to quickly recoup their losses, or choosing the Raggedy Ann character because of her recognisability. They pushed production duties onto their publishing arm, the Bob's Merrill Company, and had it distributed through 20th Century Fox to downplay their involvement. Wow, so people who helped overthrow a country's president was behind this film. That's a bit of a frightening behind the scenes information there. Richard Williams only took the directing job so he could fund the Thief and the Cobbler. ITT sold the Bob's Merrill Company and the rights to the film to Simon and Schuster for $1 once it was finished. According to a long-standing claim, the original physical negative of the film was lost in the kerfuffle. Because the film was a flop, Simon and Schuster have never had the interest in looking for the original negative, and thus the film's home video releases stopped following the VHS generation. God, it just keeps building on and on with trouble production here. The film was produced by a team of Broadway producers who'd never worked on a film, let alone animation, making it difficult for them to know what they wanted. The crew eventually assembled consisted mainly of recent art school graduates and veterans of theatrical shorts who'd never worked on a feature, including director Richard Williams himself, meaning that everyone was at different levels of experience and ability. Williams, who could not work for a budget, I heard that apparently he was a guy who's very difficult to work with. And it's like he wanted everything to be perfect in his projects. It's like apparently that's why the Thief and the Cobbler took so long to work on, because he kept going back and forth trying to get the money for everything to look as perfect as he wanted. balked at the initial proposition for UPA-style animation and insisted that, to get the storybook quality details he desired, he would need to have 2 fully operational units on either coast. This ambitious technique, plus the cost to fly Williams back and forth between the two to supervise and for animators to mail their scenes to New York studio, caused the once minuscule budget to skyrocket, slowed the production down, resulting in several missed deadlines. It confused the animators, with one unit sometimes completing a scene the same day it had been assigned to the other unit. Emery Hawkins, who animated the infamous Greedy sequence, got fed up and quit halfway through animating the scene for the second time, forcing 2 assistants to finish it for him. When the studio told Williams there was no money left to give the film his trademark artistic title, he cursed them out and animated it himself. Williams was eventually fired and replaced at the tail end of production simply to get it finished. And it just goes on and on and on. The decision to include so many musical numbers, a demand from Joe Raposo. The film began as a stage musical, then a live-action film with humans as dolls before it decided that would be too hokey. Production was going to be handled by Chuck Jones's studio, Sib Tower 12, who just works on a Raggedy Ann Halloween TV special, but with his frequent collaborator Abe Levito directing, but Levito had a massive heart attack and died before production, so Jones recommended Richard Williams, whom he'd animated works on his animated adaptation of A Christmas Carol with, as a replacement. Joe Oriolo, who by coincidence had worked on the Fleischer Studios' 2-reeler adaptation of Raggedy Ann and Andy, was considered as director for the project. And Corny Cole, one of the animators, said in the animated Raggedy Ann and Andy, a book which was a live action, which was a book showing the working of the film, said that the Greedy was originally conceived as like a giant spider creature. And the guy, King Cuckoo, in the film says, "Fire Him Too" is a caricature of Richard Williams. It was added when several of the animators got fed up with Richard Williams as a director. So, all this information, all these deadlines being missed, all these problems in production. So clearly this is going to be a very solid animated film. I mean, I knew the film was hectic in production, but not this much. Jeez. Yeah, so it's one of those films with a very crazy production going behind it, and it's different. And from what I can see in the production, in the final product, it definitely seems to be very hectic. So let's see. I've got the film on YouTube here for me to watch. So I'm going to start watching it on soon, and I'll start recording my live reaction to it. But the production of the film itself is absolutely insane, so it's no wonder the film itself turned out so messed up. So let's jump down the rabbit hole into the land of dolls, dolls, and see what's going to happen. God, I'm just looking at this preview of the film on YouTube is already proven to be absolutely nuts. I hope this information about the production of a film is interesting to everyone, because I do like looking into the production of a film before I start watching it, so it can give me a bit of a insight into what I'm in for, and because I like looking up the history of film production. So oh yes, and for another wonderful fact about this film, one of my friends on a Discord who would talk to, she describes the film as Game of Thrones but with dolls, in regards to how Raggedy Ann and Andy themselves act in the film. Yes, I can say that is pretty apt, unfortunately, considering the fact they're siblings. Yeah, this film is odd. I'm only just saying that now. Among other things, it reminds me of the bond that Jaime and Cersei Lannister had in Game of Thrones, which is troubling, but okay, enough of that. Okay, I've got the film on YouTube here, and the one that I'm watching is the 35mm transfer of Raggedy Ann and Andy in Musical Adventure to 1080p. Okay, so let's start watching the film right now. Let's Click on it here. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah, the footage does look a little bit grainy. The colour's good on this transfer, but it just looks a little bit. There is a little bit of grain. Okay. Okay, there's a little girl holding her dolly by the leg. It's a nice little patchwork fleece she's got there. When it comes to dolls, like little girls, like bashing their heads on the stairs like that, I can only imagine if it's like Toy Story. I can only imagine what the doll's going, ow, 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 ow. This reminds me of my grandma's house, the wallpaper there. It looks very similar to the inside of one of my grandma's houses. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. That's just Raggedy Ann just getting her head repeatedly just smashed on the stairs. Yeah, I think you need. Oh, and he just. Oh, okay. That's a nice toss in the chair. Just. Uh. Uh. Um. Oh. Oh God. Oh. There's dolls there. Okay. A sock in a shoe. What about one? That looks a bit like a Blanky from Brave Little Toaster. Okay. A pirate in a snow globe. Is that? Yeah. That's a big snow globe. If she's like holding it, it looks almost like a beach ball. It's like the snow globe that's in my room. It's just like you can just fit it in your palm. Pull my string. The party's today. The Bob's Merrill Company are publishing. Oh yes, the publishing company of that one that overthrew the president of Guatemala. I still can't believe that. A musical adventure. Raggedy Ann and Andy. And the thing is, the animation in this is animation is really good in this film. I'm just Art Babbitt animated the camel with the wrinkled knees. Well, I mean, at least it's nice that as bad as nuts as the production was, at least it's nice that they're giving everyone who works on it like the credit where credit's due when it comes to like the ones who animated specific characters. Which is considering films like a Sausage Party where and Space Jam, A New Legacy, where there are tons of animators that were left off the credits and they weren't given their credit when the films were released. That's it. Why is that one so Corny Cole? Yeah. This is it's like even the credits have got a lot of the way that they present the credits look really creative. This bit here. Oh gosh, and so it's about to begin. Yes, we're zoom in on Raggedy Ann there. Is that why do you have that dot in the middle of a mouth there? It's like just when it comes to doll designs in general, that always looks a bit strange. Funnily enough, I heard that the voice actress who voiced Raggedy Ann, she actually had laryngitis when she performed some of her roles, but I think they said it actually worked. It actually works to fit the character. Uh, okay, you fit everything in your brain. Uh, and I mean, I like the way that they animated. It's strange, but there is a little bit of a charm in the way that some of them move. And it's like where your head just flops backwards. So I like that little touch. Oh. Ah! Ah! Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot this! Ah! No, get back! Oh, jeez! Oh! Oh, no! Ah, get away! Ah, don't go closer! Ah! I remember that bit with those two naked, creepy dolls. Ah. You're so curious you could die. Could you do so, please, and not horrify me so much? Okay, so... Oh, I like where the sock pup, the socks are animated. Okay, so she's telling her where she's been on on her adventures, I suppose. Get those naked dolls off the screen. I hate them. Look at that one staring behind the piano like a creeper. Ugh. And I like that when it comes to like the way that they move, they make it realistic, like how it would realistically look for like a doll with like little stuffing. It's like she's just flopping about like with her limbs like that. And I remember songs in this being really nice. And despite certain instances of their bond, I liked how Anne and Andy, the personalities. Oh, that's kind of that little sack there with the button nose is a kind of a charming, like in a strange kind of way. Ah, okay. That's too bright. And for some reason, the sun has a button nose like that. Okay, she just dive bombs into them. I think the sock is probably my favourite one, but where they animate that one. Wait, did the doll just shrink? I think those creepy dolls just shrunk. I think they were taller than that. Oh god, she looks demonic with her eyes like that. A little bit. I wish that everybody could be the same as me. That's cult talk, Anne. I mean, I know she probably didn't mean it that way, but that sounds a bit odd out of context. Ugh. Uh. What's that clown doing? What clown doing in the back? And somehow that one doesn't look anywhere near as terrible as those naked dolls. It's turned into the Wicked Witch of the East. I love the way. Oh, they know. That's Andy under there. What? Wait, so just a box was just dropped on top of him like that? The way he walk, you know what? The way that Raggedy Ann and Andy walk, it reminds me a bit of how the. Oh God! Stop! No, go get away! I don't want to look at you again. Stop! Oh no! Anyway, before Nightmare Fuel Incarnate set in, what was his neck? What I was going to say was that the way Raggedy Ann and Andy move about reminded me of a Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. It's like where they flop about. It reminds me a little bit of that. Yeah, nice upskirt shot of that guy with a wheel for a crotch there. From Paris. That can't be comfortable for that poor sock there. You're a doll. That can't be good for him, having all his gears fly out of his head like that all the time. Are some of the characters changing sizes? Oh. 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 Oh, now he's I feel that Andy here can relate a lot to a Ken from a Toy Story 3, like when he goes, "I'm not a girl's toy. I'm not. Why do you guys keep saying that? No, put the creepy dolls down. You don't know where we've been." And once, well, I don't know. You can certainly strut there. You got a nice strut there. And once again, this is a really catchy song. This one here. Uh, uh, uh. And I like this idea, this funny idea, this idea of like this doll who is like he's constantly like he's tries to be macho and he like constantly gets like put in like tea parties and all these things and he doesn't like it. Oh, he's doing the worm there. Where he was moving. God, look at how fluid this is. I can see why this must have been such a stress for like the animators working on this, because what's the way he moves about there? He's like swirling around himself. Wait, how'd you jump that high? Oh, okay, the curtains just are closed on him suddenly. Andy's coming! Back to your places, everyone! Where's my ear? Where's my ear? Did you see my ear? Look, I still think a sack there. Oh, she looks pretty cute in that get-up. Okay, so now she's pulling out the newer French doll that she's got. Yeah. And somehow it's still not as creepy as the naked dolls there. This just reminds me of the horror film dolls. Something about the face, or Angie from Resident Evil Village. Something about porcelain dolls. Look, not really. It looks creepy. Yeah, I'll prefer like Raggedy Ann. I'm not. I've never been, even though there's a lot of effort that's been put into them. I've never really been a big fan of like porcelain dolls. They just look creepy to me. They just look like they're going to turn into Angie and chase after me with knives and force me into a basement where we're going to come across a demonic giant baby. Wait, what was it? That's what I see whenever I look at porcelain dolls nowadays. Babette. Okay. Okay, your face is looking less creepy than it did before, thankfully. And one thing I appreciate is that when it comes to like when they become animated, it's like they still make them look like the original material in a way, if you get what I mean. It's like with a mishmash of like all of it's like it's hand drawn, but they make it clear that like some of them porcelain, some of them are a felt or rags here. Yeah, and some of them are it's a nightmare for you, like those naked. Ah, the way, yeah. So it begins the way that Raggedy Ann and Andy held their hands there. That's the beginning of their questionable bond there. Oh, and here's a pirate captain with a sentient-looking mustache, and he's always sneezing. The way the guy was animated. Oh, okay. The way he's animated reminds me of that Russian Treasure Island film that came out in the 80s. We've just told you. You know, considering the fact that a voice actress had laryngitis while she was performing this, she can still sing pretty well. She can sing, she's got a nice set of pipes on her. In fact, I think all the I like why the sock like moves about. It's like I think the sock there, the way he just like moves about, like wobbles his neck about like that. Oh, okay. Now we. And I find this interesting. Like okay, you're getting a bit close there, you two. Uh, I mean, maybe back in the 70s it wasn't this strange for like a brother and sister to be like holding each other this much while dancing about like that, but considering the fact that they act more like they're in love at times, it just feels like, oh yeah, look at them, they're changing sizes. It just feels like they're going to come across like a Bran, like looking at them through the window, and then they're just going to push him out. Bran Stark is going to just like look at them. Uh, every single time that I act frightened in this is pretty much those two creepy dolls that just go, "Where'd you go? Where'd you go? We're so curious we could die!" Oh! Okay. Oh, she's got a pretty good singing voice as well. Oh, so. Oh, so I'll get this. It's because she's porcelain, but she's put down in like the doll's house. It's like she can't properly get down without like breaking herself. So it's fitting that she's acting like this, like singing at the balcony, like going, "Oh, woe is me," like this. Wait, did she just shove that thing in a cleavage? How does she have a cleavage? She's a doll. Or was it in a sleeve? Will you just use that already? You've been messing around with it for ages. Okay. Uh, um, Mate, please don't loll your tongue out that much while staring at her. Okay. So he's become smitten with her and, what's going on with your gut? Your belt keeps moving up and down. It's just wobbling that much, or is that something else that's? Oh wait, how do you wobble up your? You've only just gone there and sung, and now you're already shutting yourself in and demanding not to be disturbed. Okay. Uh, yeah, good luck trying to get out and woo her if you're stuck in the snow globe like that. Ah. Oh, stop. Why are you opening your mouth like that? Uh, okay. Uh, what's that cuckoo clock doing? Uh, okay. Wait, how'd you bend down that far? And that spring was cut off on my left for a second. Wait, so you could just lift. How strong is that cuckoo clock? You could just pick up Raggedy Ann and just lift her up to the top like that. Uh, and she broke her spine. If she had one. Ah! Stop! Stop! Please, I hate it. I don't want to tell you what you're thinking. And stop doing a pelvic thrusting. That's yet another reason why you're creepy. You sing your satanic songs and your pelvic thrust. Stop. And now he's digging things out of his brain and. How does he fit that many things in there? Some of the animation, like the way it moves about, it reminds me of. Have you ever seen the Sanrio film of a mouse and his child? It reminds me a little bit of the toy shop scenes in that. Oh, well, you just had a. Oh, it was a pen he was doing that with. I thought he had a. Oh well, they're ruined if they've just got waterlogged. How much water's in that? How much water is in that snow globe? I mean, I know it was a big snow globe, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. You had a whole crew for him there. Where'd they come from? It looks like the ship's just grown in size, like a couple, like tenfold there. And now he's grown big enough to be able to jump into the balcony. How are the characters growing so big in this? uh, yeah, great. You just helped him commit a kidnapping. So he can, how do you not rip your mustache off like that? Oh wait, that parrot was going downwards there. His head was going 360 degrees. Oh yeah, great. You're really fitting your ways of winning her over there. You're really a figure of a romance there. Okay, and now the ship is climbing out the window via the oars. What happened? He kidnapped her. What do you think? Yeah, there you go. She figured it out. Uh, okay. Okay, please stop hugging each other like that. You're holding on to each other too much. Stop. Wait, it's almost as bad as when my friend Woody ran after. Ah! Ugh. Why do these two take up so much screen time? Ah! 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 The woods can't be anywhere near as scary as you two. Stop coming towards the camera. Hopefully we never see them again. If Raggedy Ann and Andy are going off into the woods to find Babette and save her from a captain, hopefully that's the last we see of those two creepy dolls. And we'll come across my friend and Woody, who's trying to find his human after he got sidetracked by this astronaut toy. That is quite a drop. Why are you holding your nose? You're not jumping into a... Ouch. Even considering the fact that they're like rag dolls, that can't be good. That can't be good for your heads. Yeah, my butt's still there. That was the first thing that he grabbed. You just touched it. You just touched your foot. And so they head off into the realm of mind screws and insanity. As if it wasn't insane enough already. Stop stroking her arm! Oh yeah, and she's even giving him romantic flowers like that he holds on to with her fond memories and where he cheered her up. Yeah. I hope hopefully this doesn't end with them giving birth to some strange doll named Joffrey who turns out to be the biggest piece of scum imaginable. This is... The songs are nice, and I want to say that it's cute that how much they care for each other like this, but then I remember that they're siblings, and the number of times that they hold on to each other becomes awkward again. Okay, and now she's spinning around while... Wait, mushrooms that... And now she's dancing for him. Wait, what's that? What are shadows? Oh, we got dark all of a sudden. Hurry, Andy! I think it's getting dark. Okay, and clouds are apparently heading after them, and they're wobbling about like bubbles. Why are you rustling about so much like that? Stop. Look at these backgrounds, though. These are really pretty. I wonder if a big part of why this film was seen as so awkward and some of the reviews is that if you made them simply friends as opposed to siblings, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Some of the tree textures reminds me of this weird show that I watched when I was a child called Crystal Tips and Alistair, and all the backgrounds were done in like this paint like marbled style. And once again, like the detail that they put in the backgrounds, it's like it has a charm to it, and like the animation, even regardless of how the film itself turned out. And in a way, some of the background bits, well, hold on to each other. Yeah, get your hand off me. It reminds me a bit of uh, because the funny thing is the lyrics wouldn't be that bad in themselves. Or maybe that "I love you so" thing, but uh, wait, how big are they compared to that tree trunk there? I just noticed. There's that one back there, you can see the dolls, and you can see that tree there. Either they're very tall dolls, or that's a very tiny tree. Uh, okay, you're holding on this shot a bit. And this also makes me think about, even regardless of the bond, the voices of these two fits well. I've just thought. How much do you want to bet that that flower was like some kind of a covert proposal between? Oh, okay. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. Um, I promise I won't make any more jokes about these two siblings coming onto each other. But I'll just stop. I'll stop if it was jokes, even though it's so clear that's what's going. Yeah, and he's shoving it in his pants. Where? Uh, oh dear, what's going on now? I'll beat up those creepy dolls that have followed us, and I'll put an end to them once and for all. Oh no, it's the camel. Yeah, I beat him up and I'm smiling. Ah, what's going on with his eyes? Wait a minute. All the camels are in the sky and they look like ghosts. So now we have a suicidal camel. I think. Considering the things that we've seen in this film so far, it wouldn't surprise me if if that was what was going on. Considering how beat up he is, I mean, the way he's squeaking, that reminds me of a toy that I had when I was younger. God, look at that sky. Look at the details in it there. How the stars look. Oh, wait a minute. What was up with It was only for a split. Yeah. What's up with Andy's eyes there? He's going belled up. Yeah, sometimes when Anne and Andy are like staring at the camera, sometimes they go a bit wall-eyed. Wait, how'd you pocket? And this is another really nice song. Oh, and once again with Andy's strange eyes there. I love the gag of like his front legs and his back legs don't catch up with each other at times. Wait, those shadows don't look quite right on the background just there. Ah, his leg was stretching up a bit. Oh, well, I do feel pretty bad for him, like how depressed he is. Like he's all alone, and he's all beaten up like this. Now Raggedy Ann's got like the weird eyes. Oh, look at Andy's face there. That's better. And it's easier to take the dramatic bits seriously than this when their eyes look really weird. Oh. Oh my god, what a bitch. Oh. When somebody loved me. I think one funny thing about the songs in this is like with some of them, I mean, I like them, but they do go on for a little bit. Okay, you can stop with your creepy eyes there when you're dancing. There's only two creepy dolls in this film that are dancing and they're nowhere to be seen. We don't need your eyes like that. Yeah, seriously, look at their eyes. I like, and for the fact, even though they have the same lyrics there at that bit, they don't animate him like sagging like that in exactly the same way. Wait a minute. I just had a little bit of a thought. If his if all the, oh yeah, he was beating him up and saying he'll be a friend, and now he's acting like he's insane. Uh, so wait a minute. If he's a toy as well, and all the other camels are dead, Does that mean that his kid's mom like chucked all of the other camel toys out and like, or like burnt them or something? Wow, that lady's nuts. Almost as nuts as almost as insane as him with his eyes here. Uh, oh, and now they're spinning upwards into the horizon. And somehow the strangest thing in this film so far is still the yes, okay, you're coming. Can you please stop coming? That sounds wrong. Oh, let me kill myself by throwing me and both of us off a cliff. Okay, so he went from a land of like toys into. Oh dear, here we go. Yeah, this is it. The greedy. Here he comes. Wait, so toys have to eat? How do you eat that? Do you even have digestive systems? Oh, there he is, the greedy. And this is where the film officially begins to go off the rails. With very creepy but awesomely animated character here in the greedy. How much effort? I can see why, with even so far, I can see why it stressed out the person who animated the greedy so much. With how long it must have taken to animate this. Ugh. And like with how much his body's changing, like all the food's like moving about, and his features are changing. God, how long must have this taken to animate? Oh, and he's just constantly eating because he never feels full. Oof. I mean, I feel a bit bad for him. Like he's just like stuck like eating forever, and he can never be full. But how did we get from here from looking for a toy? There's sound effects. Right, why is there corset on the ground there? And why is it moving about like... Oh, it is, but... wait, how does he have... Oh, those are his boxers. Ugh. I'm getting toothache just looking at this. Even as a person with a sweet tooth. Ugh. The way his arms like wiggle there. Ugh. Wait, he's got chicken legs. How does he get those? Was this in the original book? Because this just seems like it comes out of nowhere from a camel, just going to this blob just eating himself forever. Oh, look where his eyes were moving. Oh. Oh, now he's keeping him captive. Wait, what's that a bra? Where'd that come from? He's got a bra made out of peanuts. God, look at his how much is moving. And yet this somehow isn't as weird as the naked dolls. Peanut butter custard. Ew. Even as someone who likes peanut butter and he likes custard, peanut butter custard sounds terrible. I love the way his nose like spins upwards like that. Wait, how do you have a candy heart? Why does he have a? Why does she have a heart made of chocolate? Or oh dear, no. Uh, uh, oh dear. And now we're getting to something. And now we're getting to this part of like Raggedy Ann having a heart ripped out by this thing. True. Ugh. Yeah, how did we get to this? Ugh. Wait, how do you squirt that out your nose? Those sound effects. Ugh. Oh, okay, now it's getting nightmarish. Okay, that actually was pretty creepy, that one frame there of him looking all demonic like that. This reminds me of that one scene from... This is turning into something like a Conker's Bad Fur Day now, except that instead of greedy, instead of a great mighty poo. Just that the imagery there. Ugh. Okay, they just came across McGreedy and, okay, what's the timestamp? 49:04, and I can safely say that we've officially started down the downward spiral into insanity, and it's over halfway through. I mean, in the first half, I still think the craziest thing in that first half was the two dolls always go like, "Where'd you go? Where'd you go? We're so curious, we could die." And that's how they do. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the characters, I like the idea of like a story, and I mean, besides Raggedy Ann and Andy constantly hitting on each other, from what it looks like, I like the voice cast and the personalities themselves they had. I just could have done without them like groping each other so much, and I like the camel with the wobbly knees. I feel bad for him, like he's melancholy all the time. And the greedy is like the really creepy but really creative concept. This gluttonous mass that always keeps on eating himself forever. It's like, yeah, but it's talent in this film, and I've just noticed on the pause that I've got to that tree has a face, and they're just about to wander into Snow White's wood where the huntsman scared her into. Okay, so I'm just going to take a bit of a break there, and we still haven't reached some of the imagery that I remember from this, so it's going to get weird if it's even possible at this point. Okay, time to return to the insanity that is Raggedy Ann and Andy Musical Adventure. So the timestamp is 49:04, and the camel with a wrinkled knees is got a Raggedy Ann and Andy on his back, and they're coming across a tree that doesn't look very happy to see them. It also looks a bit like a cousin of the logical journey of the Zoombinis. It looks like the Allergic Cliffs, like one of those, except it's a tree. And then we're just going to get chased out by all the trees taking on various shapes and running around until they're saved by woodland animals, probably. Okay, so let's click play. 3, 2, 1, play. Play. Oh, what, is he drunk? Oh, is he tired? Oh, that tree's face has just morphed. Now it looks confused. Yeah, look at that face. This film does have some pretty cute moments in it, I'll say. It's back to the drunk eyes. Anyway, this film does have some genuinely sweet moments in it. It's just some of the awkwardness and some of the brother and sister hitting on each other bond that makes it a bit strange. Okay, now we have eyes. Now we have another. Okay, now we have a high drunk clown jester holding him at gunpoint. You need help. Well, this guy certainly does by the looks of this. Yes, you need help, sir. It's funny because this guy looks like a toy, but then you had the greedy, who's just a living pile of food. Sir Leonard Looney. Okay, he's got an American Stars and Stripes telescope. Looney Land. Are you sure those two dolls don't belong here? Wait, how do you eat a banana if you're a toy? This guy sounds a bit like a Mung Doll from Chowder. God. Okay, now it's getting crazy again. Well, this song is very accurate to this guy's personality of how insane it is. What are you doing? Oh, oh, what is that? How did we come across this place from just looking for a doll that had been kidnapped by a pirate? Ha ha. That looks a bit like one of the levels from Cuphead, the one that takes place in like the amusement park. Oh, and now we're waddling into a black and white cartoon. Okay, I like the joke of them not being able to talk properly. Oh. Yeah, this looks like an abandoned Cuphead level. Oh dear, seizures, It's not even coloured, but it's just like how quick the stairs of the banisters are going there. Looney Land Tours. Oh yeah, this looks like a nice place to have a tour of. I like the music of this bit though. It even sounds like something that'd be right at home in a Cuphead. Okay, now the camels turn into a plane. And they're going down on the... I wonder if that this part was intentional, that they had it in black and white, or if it was a part that they couldn't get colouring it in, so they just like use it to the film's advantage by making everything like an older style cartoon in this bit. That can't be comfortable on any crotch. And again, this is a pretty creative bit. Even though I'm curious to know how this would tie into Babette and the pirate captain. Yeah, where's the pirate captain? Why am I mentioning him? Oh, his eyes. Now he looks like Mung Dahl with the nose and the ears and the mustache. Okay, Jester. Hmm. Are these all toys as well? Oh, right. Okay. And still, some of the things that happen in this film aren't as weird as that bit. Oh, okay, you can stop laughing. What's that? That's his tongue. That's what. What's going on with his nose? Okay, now it's getting into seizure animation. You're not so short. That's why everyone's laughing because of how short he is. Oh, that's embarrassing. It's impossible to be lord of everything you see. I would ask where that spotlight's come from, but knowing this film, that's the least of our worries. Mm. the way, the way he was dancing there. A funny thing is, though, is that yeah, Napoleon was actually 5'5". That's not that short. And you could die. Okay, now we've got two characters that sound like a suicidal. I feel bad for a little bit bad for him though. It's like how much he's like being laughed at because of his height. Oh, instead of them all laughing at him. Ah, if he's growing like that, I get the feeling that this character applies to some certain people. Wait, do you have nerve endings? Oh, wow, your butt looks big in that. He makes me expand real good. That could be taken certain ways, King. Ah! No, he's certainly got a big head. I don't want to hear about lumps of real pudding. Wait, his mustache looks like it's coming out of his nostrils. So he's related to Morshu from the Zelda CDI games. And that is... And considering the fact his mustache is green, coming out of his nostrils there, that looks a bit weird. Oh, so he makes himself seem big by laughing at other people. Oh. Uh, oh dear. Wait, so they get turned into like a mindless drone if they don't laugh anymore? I take back what I said about feeling bad for you, mate. How is this gonna lead into Babette a pirate captain? I love that. So he's tricking them into all laughing at each other rather than keeping them captive to be laughed at. Wait, how does that work? How do you shove it down his trousers when he's a tin can? Uh, uh, okay, this screenshot sums up the film right there. Just that right there. Just like the yucky nonsense being the greedy and then everyone just acting nuts. Wait, how those pies are making airplane noises? Entrance. Hey, that sounds like a Crash Bandicoot game. Oh. Ah! Instead of a yellow submarine, now we have a yellow hang glider. That contraption looks strange. A kinglet. You know, mate, you could always just buy a joke book. Maybe that would be the solution of all your problems. The last laugh. Oh dear. I'm going to commit death by laughing. One of these days, you're gonna laugh yourself to death. Yet another, okay, giant eye. Yet another Richard Williams character who's gonna die by laughing. Who's this now? Yeah. Is it a waterbed? Gadzooks. I'm getting seasick just looking at him. Somehow it's even worse than the way the greedy moves. Just the way his eyes go back and forth like that. Yeah, even the music sounds like you're seasick. Oh, where are we now? What's this? What's that? Those cliffs looks very well, saying weird that would be perfect for this film, but still, wherever cliffs looks, it looked crazy. Oh, wait, you've just managed to come across them all of a sudden. Okay, mouse in a bottle. I wonder how they managed to grow so big. That shit now. And the animation got slow all of a sudden just there. What's the detail of those pirates there? Their faces. That looks a bit out of place. Oh gosh. Oh, she's become a. Oh, and his mustache has grown. Wait, why is it grey? The old captain has gone It's turned grey. Oh, and Babette's managed to become captain. Oh well, it's good that she was able to become captain rather than just being held captive all the time. Oh, there he is. Oh, I thought he was the same character as that one pirate with a big mustache earlier. Wait, how are you still sneezing? Yeah, I can't feel sorry for you. You were just lusting over all the time, and she managed to take control of your crew. Yeah, true love that you just said just by looking at her, rather than getting to know her. Queasy. That's the parrot's name, Queasy. Yeah, the way that the pirate captain and the parrot is animated, yeah, it reminds me a lot of that Soviet Union Treasure Island Planet film. Okay, now we get a song about the pirate and the parrot saying that they're the only friends that I have. Wait, is this supposed to be a bad thing, considering that he kidnapped Babette earlier? I still find this as cathartic, honestly. And I still think it's strange that we haven't seen these guys for an hour, and they've just come back in just at the end all of a sudden. We had the Greedy and Captain Cuckoo, and now we've just come across the pirates like ages later. Your name's Queasy. That joke doesn't work. And I don't think you're cold anymore, so that sneezing's getting a bit old. Oh, at least that song was didn't go on for ages longer, like the Blue song. Don't pull me. I wonder if Richard Williams, like the animators during the bit with Benny the Cab, that bit when they're asking which lever and then the sign comes up that says this one's stupid. I wonder if that was inspired by this. Minus the weird tongue on the front of it, so that's a bit much. Wait, what are you eating? Well, they're dead. Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to turn to like Flintstones for a second, that music. Riff Raff. Wait, was that water coming out of his knees? Oh, so now she's become like stuck up. Oh, what's that pirate's head there? Did you see that on her right? It was like peeking under a skirt. Oh, what happened to... Oh, wait, so Babette's like turning evil all of a sudden? Wait, what did I ever do to you? And where did this come from that you're suddenly becoming a jerk? Yeah, great. I really cared for you, Babette. Because I like the idea of her turning on a captor and a bit. Okay, now we've got Cuckoo on the back of a weird moving float. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to. There is no bigger laugh than letting the good guys get it. Ugh. Wait, what's he supposed to be anyway? Isn't he? He looks like a waterbed, but he has multiple arms. I don't care about you or Babette. You for getting yourself into this situation in the first place with a horniness, and Babette for being a jerk the whole time. Oh, and now he's a good guy, I guess. Oh yeah, why are you sneezing? Uh, I don't think so. Uh, is Kung Cuckoo supposed to be a toy of any kind, I wonder? I mean, I know you've got the Greedy, but I mean, all the other characters seem to be toys. Well, I wonder if he is. It looks a bit like a Cupid doll now that I think about it. Uh, uh, uh. Wait, who's that supposed to be? Oh, fire him! That was a Richard Williams caricature, I think. Like that was the way that the animators got their own back on Richard Williams by saying fire him because because of how over the top his demands got while directing this. Uh, uh, I've told you never to leave the playroom, or you'll come across weird inflating kings. Considering, yeah, you're not very smart, are you, mate? Considering the fact that you're just about to, uh, okay, this is probably the weirdest, uh, oh yeah, I'm just gonna explode him. Uh, you certainly have. You got the last laugh all right. Well, that was stupid of him, wasn't it? Uh, wait, what's going on now? They're falling into the Twilight Zone by the looks of it. Oh wait, what? Back to the real world again. Wait, how'd you get here? Yeah, how'd you? Wait, what? You're in this. Or was this whole thing supposed to be in the back garden of the little girl's house the whole time? And instead of a sea, it was that little pond in the back garden there. I wonder what she's going to make of King Cuckoo with like toy guts everywhere, while he just blew up like that. Oh, or was that one thing there that looked like a raft? Yeah, that there, the green and the red and yellow thing. Is that supposed to be King Cuckoo, like all deflated? Oh, and he it somehow managed it got out of a snow globe for real like that. Oh, what? So they just had that weird raft and that exploded King Cuckoo toy just left in a. Just gonna leave him there. Ah, I'm happy that she at least that she's taken in like the camel, like he has a new home now. Oh, or does he? Wait, we just left him outside the whole time? You didn't notice him? Yeah. Oh, and you're seeing them go towards the little girl's window. Oh God, they're back. Yeah. Okay, now it looks like Raggedy Ann is crushing on Babette there. Where's this come from? He kidnapped you and you were screaming then. Have you developed Stockholm Syndrome? That's not very romantic. Yeah, okay. Excuse me, I'm just gonna go break your back there just with my arms. That looks like a somehow less creepy version of that doll from the Poltergeist film. Uh, yeah, that love's not gonna work. No. Wait, I wonder what the greedy is supposed to be in a back garden, in the little girl's back garden. Oh, I just noticed the little beads that are in their eyes. It's like they fly out of their heads when they're looking like that. Wait, those two, yeah, they're still changing sizes. All the characters are getting tiny and small, tiny, huge. Uh, okay, too close. I've just noticed just that one doll who was knitting everyone up. Does she have a thimble for a hat? Yes, as long as those two naked. Ah! Okay, but one more horrible song from them for the rest of the film. Uh, Aww. Okay, this is a pretty sweet ending for him. Now that he's got a new home with the others. Just stay away from those two naked dolls and your time here will be perfect. Aww. Oh, that's cute. There is, as I said, there is genuine heart in this. I do like quite some more parts of this than I remember. And it's nowhere near the worst thing I've ever seen, you know. I don't think it quite deserves the amount of hate some people have, apart from a few elements of this. Ah, and some of the expressions. Stop digging around in your stop digging around in your pants, in your trousers. There. How many times has that flower just been back and forth between the two of them? And once again, the change size. Why not? He had a flower in there. Is there anything he doesn't have in that brain? Ah. Reminds me of some of my toys that I had, like, they were flopping about like that. That Marcella, played by Claire Williams. Ah, is she Richard Williams' is a daughter? Is that who she was? Ah, that's a cute ending. That is a pretty sweet ending there of her picking up the camel and Raggedy Ann and Andy there. And I think for the main little girl, Marcella, she was a pretty sweet. Dee Conn as Raggedy Ann, Mark Baker as Raggedy Andy, Irving on Stanjo Silver. You know, something about this ending. It's like I didn't watch this growing up. It wasn't until just like a few years ago or so that I saw this all the way through. But something about this film, some parts of it, like the bits with the toys and like especially, funnily enough, the live action bits. Funnily enough, it reminds me a bit of some things I watched when I was growing up. Knickerbocker Toy Company. It must be a little bit of things like Bagpuss and like things from small films for some reason. And as I said, some of the setting of the house there reminds me of my grandma's house there. Okay, and it looks like that is the end of the film. I don't think this film deserves the hate that some people have seen it. Have given it. I mean, definitely compared to some things that I've seen. When it comes to the things that I don't like in this film, other than the naked dolls, that they're easily the worst part of the film for me, just for how creepy they are. They're not charming, they're not sweet, they're not funny, they're just nightmarish, and that's probably the strongest I've ever reacted to something terrifying in a film that I've done a live reaction to since the orgy scene in a Sausage Party towards the end. And considering how nightmarish that bit was and how much I hated Sausage Party, that's saying a lot. But this film is a million times better than Sausage Party. I kind of like quite a few bits of it, but I do think they could have cut out the bits with Raggedy Ann and Andy just like holding on to each other the whole way through. Because if they're siblings and they're getting that close and personal with each other, like groping each other and just like acts more like a married couple than they do brother and sister, and it's really awkward. There's no other way to go about it. It's just really strange. And some of the story beats, it's like the way that they go about it, like how they go from like going out into the garden trying to save Babette from the pirate captain, and just going about and somehow coming across out of nowhere they fall into the taffy pits where the greedy is, and then they just go into Cuckoo Land, and it just seems to. I mean, I don't know if the original Raggedy Ann and Andy books. I think are books that this is based off. I don't know whether they were originally this crazy, but it just feels a little bit disjointed at times, like how they come across certain story beats, and a few of the songs, especially the one with the camel, it feels a little bit like it's about to end, but it just keeps on going and going. And I mean, even though I do like the song overall, because it's a nice beat and like the singer, it goes on for it wears out its welcome a little bit. But other than that, I find myself liking this film more than I expected to. I mean, you can't ignore the strange subtext, the incest subtext between Raggedy Ann and Andy, but other than that, I like the animation. The animation's really good. The voice cast all do a great job. All of the songs, except the Naked Dolls, all the songs were really good, especially the I'm No Girl's Toy and the Greedy song and the Camel song. Those bits were. Oh, another thing that I think could have been changed. It seemed a little bit strange that they made it so that Babette got her own back on her captor, but then they turned her into a villain out of nowhere, seemingly, towards the end, where she just wants to go back to Paris. I mean, was there ever any sign that she actually... I mean, she was lonely. I mean, she was just, like, the balcony in the doll's house, but I thought that was more because she was stuck up there and she couldn't jump down and see everyone because she was porcelain, she would break. But no, it was just that she was a bit stuck up... bit of a stuck-up jerk in the end. That was weird, the way they handled that. But other than that, I thought that King Cuckoo, he was a pretty funny villain. There's this guy who's tormented by being short and being the butt of other people's jokes. So to get his own back on everyone, he's just going to laugh at everyone until he explodes. Yeah, that's probably going to leave toy guts all over the neighbourhood for the next few days, considering the fact that that weird inflatable that he was talking to was in the pond at the end. And the Greedy was still a really, really cool, if freaky, concept. I still can't believe how creepy... well, it wasn't too bad, the intentionally creepy bits compared to the unintentionally creepy bits, funnily enough. But some of the bits did get pretty intense. Like that's one of some of those expressions that the Greedy had when he was trying to eat Raggedy Ann's heart. That was pretty scary. And despite their interactions, I did like the personalities of Raggedy Ann and Andy. I thought they were nice, and especially Raggedy Ann. She was cute. I thought she was pretty sweet, like her body language, and especially how they added in like a flopping about because she's a toy and she's a doll, and I thought that was a nice concept. Yeah, I thought that was really. It was. I liked it surprisingly more than I remembered, but the bits that I question do have to be addressed, I think, and I do feel really bad for for all the troubled production that this film had. Because that sounds like it was not fun of a production to go through, and considering the fact that it was such a bomb at the box office, it sadly seems that it wasn't as worth it in the end as maybe the animators would have hoped. But all their work, at least the people who were descendants from the people who originally made Raggedy Ann and Andy, at least they liked the film and they appreciated the effort that was put in from the sounds of it. So, at least, and it is very creative. There are a lot of bits that are actually pretty fun to watch, and I actually kind of prefer it from something like We're Back a Dinosaur Story, because, I mean, We're Back a Dinosaur Story doesn't have as many crazy bits in it, but they don't give the villain getting the punishment actually feels earned from how he was seemingly just like tormenting everyone to laugh forever, and he was threatening to turn them into his slaves until he blows up because he's full of hot air. So that doesn't seem anywhere as disproportionate as a guy who runs a circus and then gets eaten by crows at the end just because he was doing a public service to people who like being scared. So I think that was probably a bit of a better way that they handled that. And a lot of the ideas and a lot of the concepts in this were really fun. I thought, and I did get a fair bit of enjoyment out of some parts of it, so I'll appreciate it for that. It is a guilty pleasure for me, I'd say so, and I'm glad that I saw it again. And unlike We're Back a Dinosaur Story, I know this may sound strange, but there is a certain charm to this film. That makes me not mind checking out and watch it again, if just cutting past the incest scenes and the naked dolls, of course. But yeah, that's just my overall thoughts on the film. Okay, let's see what's next for my live reaction. Okay, depending on whether I can find it, it's going to be probably Jungle Hugo, which is yet another film that I've been wanting to see for a while, and hopefully I'll be able to find it online to watch. I may have to pirate this one because it seems to be a bit obscure compared to some of the ones I've seen. But Jungle Hugo, some of the people who works on Help on the Fish works on this one, so that'll be interesting to watch. I hope you enjoyed my live reaction, everybody. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment or a favourite, or check out my other pages. like my DeviantArt or my coffee page if you would like, because it really does help me out, like if you show a bit of support like that. And hopefully I haven't provided anyone with nightmares of siblings that hit on each other, or weird naked dancing dolls that are so curious they could die, and I hope they would die. So talk to you later, everybody. Duckyworth out. Bye, everyone.